Alright, we're back. It's 2024. Summer break is over. We're at Spa. Took an engine, new engines, new ERS, new gearbox, Sargeant. Also got a new ERS and an engine for Doohan. That was last race. And we're gonna put them on a one-stop. Aggressive soft, aggressive medium. See how it goes.
A somewhat overcast day for the drivers who've now taken position on the grid. Looking now at the Williams. With a top 10 position on the grid, this race could really go either way for them. And looking at the second Williams car. They're starting in the bottom half of the grid today, so there's a lot of cars between them and the podium. And we're just moments away now. You can hear the excitement in the crowd here at the Belgian Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
That was good. You can afford to drop back.
Copy.
Hey, how's it going? You were a user formerly known as Meow Smiley. Let's see, you changed your name. How are you?
DRS enabled.
Yeah, we're having a pretty good season. I did some offline races. Managed to get a 1-2 in the last one. Due to some rain and some really good safety car opportunities. So we are firmly number 3 in the constructors. So I'm pretty happy with that. We're definitely beating the Alphas and the Mercedes. McLaren has just fallen way far behind. They had some bad DNFs and everything, and yeah, they just couldn't score points, so we definitely overtook them in the constructors. And yeah, car development is going. We started research for next season, trying to mitigate the downforce, the low-speed downforce technical regulations. So I got a few projects working there, as well as developing a new rear wing. Or was it front wing? I forget which one. One of the two. But yeah, we're definitely. If we prepare well enough for the regulations next year, we should definitely be fighting. I would say Ferrari for the number 2 in the constructors. We didn't have as much pace in the beginning of the season, so they kind of got a head start. But hopefully with the yeah, we're like 100 points behind. We'd have to like 1-2 every race if we wanted to actually get up there. But I did meet the season objective for the board, so my job is secure. We've gotten points in 11 races. And yeah, things are looking pretty good. I've also been reading on Reddit some of the research that people have been doing on driver development, and they say that the pace stats seem to be the most important as far as developing the
Keep doing
overall
what
score.
you're doing.
So things like braking, cornering, and I think the other one's control, are the very important stats to keep your pace up. Though they say that you may not want to level control up right away, because that kind of control that has an effect on how often they spin or lock up. They say that they actually gain more experience if they have less control, because they'll lock up, lose places, and then when they gain the positions back through the better cornering, they get more experience per overtake. So it's kind of like farming. But I'd rather not take the chance of locking up, so I'm just going to try to increase their braking and cornering stats. Yeah, Sargeant has been doing very well for us. As far as the drivers' standings are concerned, I mean, where's he at? He's 10th. And Doohan we have at 4th. So I'd say that's pretty impressive, honestly, for what their overall stats are. He's got 2 wins, 4 podiums for Doohan, and then Sargeant has got 2 podiums as well. And yeah, he's looking pretty good. 75 overall. I kind of stopped working on their smoothness stats in favor of the pace stats. Yeah, it seems like, hi Zeta, as far as the F2 drivers, what I've learned over the last 2 weeks, that you have to really leave them in F2 before you bring them on as a reserve in the 2023 season, because they just gain more stats in F2. However, you want to hire them before the end of 2024, I think, because they retire. And it's harder to pick them up without paying a large sum of money when they say that they're going to retire at the end of the season. We managed to pick up Drugovic as our reserve, but only after offering him like $1 million or something, which was a lot for a reserve driver, in my opinion. Yeah, I honestly think everyone seems to be picking up Piastri. I mean, mainly because he was in the headlines and everything. But if you leave some of these drivers in F2 for a year, I think they actually come out better stat-wise than Piastri as far as smoothness and stuff like that. Yeah, I don't really follow F2 as much as Formula 1. Like, real life. But yeah, he's doing really well. And our car is pretty good too, so... see where he ends up in the drivers at the end of the year.
That's great job, great job.
I wonder why, like, what's that bias, you know? Like, why isn't he, higher rated, or at least, like, got a reserve driver's seat, right? Is it because he's American? That's interesting. I don't know, maybe they're only looking at, like, their F2 careers or something? I don't know. Yeah, he did... I think in when you look at his initial stats in, like, the 2022 season, the stats are kind of low. I think he's like sub 70 or something, maybe mid 70s. But yeah, his Sargeant's smoothness, we've definitely been working on that because it was pretty low. But he has really good reactions, I think, as far as his in-game stats are concerned. So he definitely gets off the line, at least according to his reaction skill, pretty well. Yep. Wow, that's 4 points. That's only a small margin, so yeah, that would probably come down to. I would definitely say luck when you have a small difference like that. Maybe just like some strategy somewhere that in the season that probably could have been changed the outcome. But again, yeah, I don't really watch the full seasons of F2. I'll maybe only watch 1 or 2 races during a year if I'm awake early enough.
Okay, good job, good job.
And as far as the question of getting new drivers. I'm gonna be sticking with Doohan. He's been doing very well. I'll probably keep Sargeant, and if Drugovich will, I'll probably keep Drugovich as well as a reserve if he doesn't ask for a crazy amount of money to renew the contract next year. Because he was only willing to sign up for 1 season. Because he said he was supposedly retiring and or something. I was like, even for $1 million? So yeah, he took a 1 season contract for $1 million, but it's gonna end this year, so we'll have to renew, see how much it's gonna cost us. But if we come in third in the constructors, we should be getting more money overall for next year, so we can afford it. Whoa, what was that crash? I heard that crunch sound. Safety car. Multiple cars crashed. What happened? Show me the replay. Is that... That's Verstappen. Gasly. Gasly out. Oh, lockup. Verstappen locks up. Sends it right into the back of Gasly. And his car is on fire. Verstappen with a penalty, so...
Safety car, safety car.
Damn.
And I respect the data, stay positive. DRS is currently disabled. DRS is currently disabled.
We've already passed pit entry. I think we just stay out here. Or maybe... jump onto the mediums. Come out 19th. Ugh, I don't know. It's not. Keep it. See how far we can get after the safety car.
Okay, there's a big crash.
Copy that.
Okay, back
Sargeant
off.
only didn't score points when he had bad luck. He's had 3 car retirements, and in the last race, he was winning the championship. A car behind him rear-ended him and took him out of the race. Oh, man. F2 this year, Sargent's the leading rookie. Currently P3. But P4. He's again had bad luck. Oh, okay, was. Was P4, okay. But again has had bad luck. 2 car failures, 2 DNFs, to others crashing into him. 2 back-to-back wins, 4 podiums, 2nd best qualifier. Ouch, yeah, you really can't do much about other people crashing into the back of you, right? Damn, that sucks. Can't really do much, as we just saw in that last replay here. Gasly gets taken out by Verstappen. Destroyed his whole race. Science pitting. Alright, yeah, maybe we should get off these softs. Does he have enough time to get in there? Let's see if he can make it.
Box, box.
There we go. Okay, that wasn't too bad. We didn't come out 18th like it predicted or whatever. Sargeant moved up the ranks.
Safety car in this lap.
Copy.
You know, I actually did, we did consider picking up Lawson as well in, one of the VODs, last week. But I think, when I offered him the contract, it was, the same situation as Jurgovic, where he said he was retiring at the end of the year. I can't recall, but yeah, I do remember scouting him out. But in the end, we picked up
Take it into
Jurgovic.
the control line.
Copy, copy.
Zeta, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Let's bring these down back to aggressive. We don't want any spinouts.
You can afford to drop back.
Copy.
Overtake is available if needed.
Copy.
Happy to use the overtake.
Yeah, copy.
Nice work.
Okay, I'm gonna have to read this. So, not to mention his second year in F3, after he lost his championship by 4 points. He didn't have any money for F2. Last minute got a sponsor that allowed him to drive again in F3. It was the worst car in the grid, literally, 30th out of 30. Wow. For the past 3 years, it never placed higher than 26th in the race. Logan jumped in, not only got a point in almost every race, got 4 podiums and 1 win. Placed 7th in the championship again, out of 30 in the worst car. Damn. That's impressive. Like, is that like, you know, when they say worst car, I mean, we're talking about like, just, no driver can really just get in it, and, but just didn't have the mechanical stats? I mean, like, what's the, I thought Formula 2 was like a spec series, right?
DRS enabled.
Or do they allow like aero changes? I mean, I've heard, I know, was it Pietro is on the Haas reserve, but I haven't watched Enzo. No. Oh jeez, what happened? Sargeant, no, you locked up. Oh, what are you doing? Killing me here, man. Oh no. That was a costly mistake. Alright, all our hopes and dreams for points. Back to Doohan. Oh, maybe I was pushing him too hard there. Back to neutral. And we gotta work on Sargeant's braking. Enzo was the one that placed 26. Wow. I mean, his stats, as far as Sargeant's stats go, they weren't complete trash when I picked him up in the 2023 year. Again, I think it's because of the weird way that Frontier has coded driver development when you don't hire them. I don't know, there's a lot of weird things in this game. as far as developing drivers that I've learned and just have read through different posts on Reddit. Like, you really got to be careful also when you're picking up F2 drivers in this game. Oh, jeez, what was that? But when you pick up F2 drivers in this game, you got to really check what your sponsorship obligations are. Because if you're trying to develop a driver, you don't want that one to be the one making media appearances, because it stops their passive experience gain. So I've learned to check that, as well as there's also another sponsor objective that's optional, I believe, that will reduce their control rating, which is one that you do not want to pick up either. Even if it's not that much money for, honestly, the amount of stat loss you take.
You're doing a good job. So what? DRS.
Copy.
Yeah, we picked up Dennis Hogger, and he was like around the same thing, like around 70, and he was just crashing out. Well, first of all, the first driver we picked up that was probably the worst one we've ever had was Ollie Caldwell. He was rated like 65 or something. And the reason why I picked up such a bad driver was because I wanted to see like what the limits of the game were. Like, how bad is it really when you pick up a very low rated driver? And we stuck with Caldwell for like one season, and then we picked him up, or then we fired him in place of Doohan. And then alongside of that, we had Dennis Hogger, who was, I think, around 70 as well. We skilled him up to about 71. And once we picked up Doohan, all of a sudden Hogger started doing like really awful. He started crashing out like every other race, breaking front wings in practice. So then we replaced him with Sargeant, and it hasn't been too bad. Okay, now Doohan just spun. As soon as I start praising one driver, they just do something messed up. What the hell? Jesus. Got the commentator's curse here. This is awful. I don't know how we're gonna salvage this. This is like we're back in the 2022 season. Alright, all we need is a miracle safety car. And then full push. No rain predicted, unfortunately. I'm not giving him up. If anything, I'll probably keep him. He's on a... We've got 3 more years on his contract, so he'll be around for another 2 seasons. So I'm definitely keeping Sargeant. For Doohan, we'll see how long he lasts. If he keeps high morale and a high growth potential, then I'll probably keep him around as well for another 2 years. For Drugovich, if he asks for too much money, I'll probably drop him in favor of... there's that one driver, he's like 18 years old now, Behrman. And looked like he had a pretty good overall rating as far as a young driver is concerned, so I might pick him up as the reserve. But yeah, I'm definitely sticking with Sargeant for another 2 years. He's locked in. Yeah, Drugovich is probably just going to be too expensive to keep around as a reserve, honestly. But I might have prevented him from retiring by picking him up as a reserve driver this year. So he might stick around, and another F1 team may pick him up as a reserve, and we might see him later on. Come like, what, 2030 or something? Yeah, thanks for hanging out, Zeta. Appreciate it. Have a good one.
Okay, there's a big crash.
Copy.
And Sonoda. Ouch. Solo unforced error. Alright, Sergeant. Time to
Yeah.
claw your way back into the
Deploy.
points.
Yeah, copy.
Let's deploy a little energy. Get ahead of this little pack here, maybe. And go for some fresh hard tires. Oh, Albon. He's putting up a fight here. Holding us back, Albon, come on. That shitbox Aston Martin out of the way. It's like one of the worst cars on the grid right now, but Albon's still managing to keep it up there. Whoa! Oh, come on, dude! No! Please, what happened? Oh no, both cars! Oh no. Dude. Oh, this is terrible luck. Well, we made our season board objectives, so damn. I just really hope there's no. Man, we took a grid penalty for both cars to take new powertrains. Terminal chassis damage. Oh god.
We'll retire the car.
Copy.
Yeah, P0, P0.
Copy.
Oh my god, dude. Alright, time to just play F1 TV director now. Damn. It's the worst commentator's curse I've had yet. Anyway, we got Mercedes in the back, both McLarens possibly getting back into the points. Right now, our closest contender is Alfa Romeo. As far as the Alfa Romeos are concerned, we got Alonso and Hamilton between the McLarens. Let's take a look at some of the engine data. Leclerc running a 35% worn engine, yet where is he in the standings here? He's 8th. So the messed up engine is definitely hurting his performance. Danny Rick and Norris now with minor damage to the gearbox and engine. Danny Rick with the same minor damage. So I fully expect if the Alfa Romeos... Okay, so Alonso's engine has also got minor damage, but Hamilton is looking pretty good. He's got a 92%. So Hamilton will probably pass the McLarens, possibly Alonso, and going to get back into the points. Ahead of him, though, is Alex Albon and Zhou Guanyu. Both of their cars seem to be about 60 to 50% on the engine. Gearbox looking slightly worn for Albon. But I fully expect Hamilton to get past them. And Stroll, 5th place. What's he doing there? Stroll's got a decent engine here, 65%. I think he's benefited a lot from these safety cars. Magnussen, 4th place. His engine is decent, showing no damage, but it's definitely less than its threshold, probably. Looks like he's also gained massively from these crashes and safety cars. So after that, crash. I think we'll probably focus on developing, just upping their control stat to at least mid-80s. I hear that once they get towards 88 control, they stop having the lockups and spins. Our cars were like really close together, so of course one driver locks up, plows into the other one, took out both of our cars. Safety car should be in this lap. About half of the race left to go. What we're really hoping for here is that everybody else, like the Aston Martin, the AlphaTauri, and the Haas, hold up Lewis Hamilton. If all those cars ahead can keep behind the McLarens and the Alfa Romeos, even though we didn't get any points this race, we should still be third. No, I guess we got one more lap of safety car. Man, I really hope no powertrains got destroyed. I mean, the chassis says major or terminal damage, so we're gonna have to build another chassis. I'm assuming the front wing and the rear wing are destroyed as well. On just one of each car. Yeah, but I'm really hoping that there's no major powertrain damage, because we just spent $4 million on new powertrains between both cars. You know, I figured, you know, this is Spa, this is the one race where everyone takes a grid penalty for their engines and everything, so I took one too. But unfortunately, yeah. We had a bad lockup.
I don't know, Gene. I don't have the answer to that one. We just fucked this one up. Yeah. Doesn't make it right. I know that, you know. Saying it fucked it up, it doesn't make it right. Just like same mistake. It's unbelievable. The two guys putting the wheel on, they were new. Fuck. Fourth and fifth, but Gene, we finished fourth and fifth here. We fucking look like rock stars, huh? And now we are a fucking bunch of wanker. Yeah, bunch of fucking clowns here. I will do a proper investigation, Gene. Don't worry, you know that. I will fix it. Trust me.
Yep, definitely looking like a bunch of wankers right now. Now we're gonna finish this rest of this race in 2x. Really just hoping that Alonso gets held up here. Same thing for Hamilton. Hopefully the two McLarens with engine damage hold him up just enough so that he doesn't get in the points. You can already see a gap forming between Alonso and Rick. We're a bunch of clowns here. Looks like it'll be Sainz and Perez battling for the win. Sainz has a pretty decent engine, 84%. Perez with the 91% as well, so it just comes down to who can make less mistakes. Okay, Perez up in front. Magnussen in third, gap increasing. Looks like they will be doing the one-stop strategy. Perez with the 85% tires. Versus Sainz's 68%. I think Red Bull may come out ahead this one. Verstappen now closing the gap to Magnussen. So it may just be a Red Bull 1-2. Verstappen's grid penalty looks like he took it for the engine. But it looks like after that little crash there, he took some damage to the engine. Brought him down from 92 down to 86, which I believe is the threshold for the power degradation on a Red Bull. So it looks like he's not catching the Haas as fast as he probably would if it were still above 90%. But he's now in DRS range. But it looks like he still has close to a 5.5 second gap to overcome after that. See, if Verstappen gets some clean air, he may be able to actually catch up. Just depends on how long he can be held off by this Haas. We have about 10 laps to do it. K-Mag still holding him up. Verstappen still unable to make a move on the Haas. Sainz and Perez having a DRS battle. Gap to Sainz, closing in on 7 seconds. Verstappen still being held up. Magnussen does have fresher tires than Verstappen, but only by a few percent. I think the Red Bull power unit probably would win here had he not had that one crash. But yeah, falling under 90% for the engine is probably hurting Verstappen's pace right now. His engine is currently at 86. Okay, he finally got around the Haas. Now he has to overcome a 7.5 second gap. 10 laps.
Max, 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 Super Max, Max, Super, Super Max, 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 Super Max, Max, Super, Super Max, 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 Super Max, Max, Super, Super Max, 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 Super Max, Max. Ik mis geen race, heb scheid aan mijn centen. Ik zie Max zijn mooiste momenten. Hij is de king van Barcelona. Rijdt alles zoek van Spa tot Monza. De geur van rubber en smeltend asfalt. Ik juich als Max weer één voorbij knalt. Zijn inhaalacties zijn bijzonder. Het is een baas, een wereldwonder. Yo fucking ho, niet meer normaal. Hij is een held en gaat maximaal. Fucking bizar, een fenomeen. Hij gaat naar de top, Max is de nummer 1. Yo fucking ho, niet meer normaal. Hij is een held en gaat maximaal. Fucking bizar, een fenomeen. Hij gaat naar de top, Max is de nummer 1.
Bizar! Fucking bizar! Ja, dan zit je naar dingen te kijken en te hopen. En daar is hij. Max Verstappen in de laatste bocht in Barcelona. Yo hey! Yo ho!
I don't know if he can do it.
Supermax, Supermax, ik ben apetrots. Yo fucking ho, niet meer normaal. Hij is een held en gaat maximaal. Fucking bizar, een fenomeen. Hij gaat naar de top, Max is de nummer 1. Yo fucking ho, niet meer normaal. Hij is een held en gaat maximaal. Fucking bizar, een fenomeen. Hij gaat naar de top, Max is de nummer 1.
Yo, fucking hell, wat bizar! Ongelooflijk! Sportoverwinningen zijn zo mooi. En deze is de allermooiste die ik in mijn leven gezien heb. Jongen, jongen, jongen.
Max, 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 Super Max, Max, Super, Super 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 Max, 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 Super Max, Max.
Yo, fucking hell, wat bizar!
I really don't know if he could do it. This K-Mag is really holding up Verstappen. May have commentators cursed Verstappen as well. Now the gap to Sainz closing in on 10 seconds. K-Mag just defending like hell. But is it really the engine stat here? Let's see. K-Mag's engine is at 58%. Verstappen is still at 85. So he just must be... Maybe he's taken some arrow damage? If he did, I can't really tell. But he should be flying by this Haas. Just can't make a move. Alright, back to 2x. Let's just get this over with. I really hope crashing out for these two doesn't give them low morale. Verstappen moves up into third. Six laps to go. Magnussen's still behind. Zhou Guanyu and Lance Stroll having a little battle as well. Dragging that Aston Martin. They must have brought some aero upgrades because they were once the worst car on the grid. Looks like they got a new battery. Recently had a new gearbox installed as well. Perez currently out in front. Magnussen overtakes Verstappen again. K-Mag does not want to let that podium go. Just can't seem to pull away from the Haas. It's going to be a close fight for the third place position. Magnussen gets fastest lap. So it looks like both Aston Martins out of the points. So no threat to our constructor standings. McLaren's just with a handful of points there. But again, not a threat to our constructor standings. We're well ahead of them. We're just afraid of losing the lead from having no points this race, but it looks like if the Alphas don't get any points, the status quo remains. We'll stay in third place. Magnussen ahead of Verstappen. Just trying to steal the podium. What rightfully should have been an easy P3 or P2 for Red Bull now has become a struggle after one crash from Verstappen. Willing to bet if his engine condition stayed above 90%, he would be battling with Sainz right now. Perez out in front. Sainz lock up at the last second. We crashed on turn 18. Oh, just absolutely bins P2. Oh, but the gap was large enough, and he actually still managed to come back here. Limping that Ferrari home with only half a wing. Sainz P2, Magnussen P3. I'm willing to bet also that Verstappen probably took some aero damage. Maybe a chassis or suspension or something. Why are you guys cheering? That race sucked.
This race certainly didn't go well for the Williams driver.
That's right, hang your head in shame.
Williams never managed to make things work this weekend. This isn't a great result for them.
The thing is, Crofty, they can't let this unsettle them. They need to draw a line under today and come back stronger next time.
That's right, and they finished the race weekend in third place in the constructor standings.
For the next round, Formula One won't be straying too far. We'll be heading to the dunes of Zandvoort and the lightning speed of the Dutch Grand Prix.
That put Sergio Perez in fourth in the drivers. Doohan is only off by 1 point. Constructor standings remain the same here as far as our position. But Ferrari and Red Bull, there's a 2-point gap for the lead of the constructors. So they're very close. Their car just isn't good enough to battle them when they have 100% engines. When they have damage to their engines, we can usually put up a fight. but Doohan has a good performance, and Sargeant with a impressive performance, even though they both crashed out. We lost out on some money there, but not a whole lot. Alright, show me the damage on the car. We need a new chassis. Next race is in 4 days. We need to emergency manufacture 2 of these. We're definitely gonna need some more front wings. Rear wings, we probably need 1 extra just in case. Need more suspensions. Okay, the brand new ERS that we put in on car 1, that's down to 88%. Oh, and the battery that the brand new one as well for this one is just destroyed. It's gonna be another $1 million. For now, we'll use this one in practice, but for quality and the race, we will have to use the 100% brand new one. And the gearbox. Gearbox on car 1. Down to 61%. That was a brand new gearbox. I think, no, it wasn't. But we'll use the 57 for practice. And of course this one, the brand new one that we bought for $1 million, is just completely trashed down to 0. So we're gonna buy another one for $1 million for the next race. That'll also be a grid penalty. Not what I wanted. As far as the engine is concerned, yeah, this engine is busted down to 22%. Major damage. We're gonna use this 25% engine for practice and switch to this 70%. But we will need to buy a new one. Of course, that comes along with another grid penalty. So we've already, again, fulfilled our long-term objective of getting points in 11 out of 11 races. We're on for the 8th or above season objective. We're not in debt, and board confidence is high. Although, yeah, that was definitely a disappointing race, for sure. Okay, looks like we got a development point for each driver. Sargeant here. Let's bring his control up to 80. That's probably going to be one of our priorities, is getting control up to 80. Because that lockup... We got to stop locking up, basically. Drugovich will continue with braking and quartering, just main pace stats. He has okay control. It's closing in on 80. I think I'll probably just use one more point to get it there. Eventually. But Doohan no longer has high morale, unfortunately. I'm thinking we're probably gonna replace Francois Xavier. We have Simone Resta open to negotiation. And he's got really good stats right now. As far as the other parts are concerned, we've been working on Francois's underfloor stat primarily, but he is not very good with any of the other parts. Mainly we funneled almost every point that we used into underfloor for him, so, and it's only 86. And that's over 3 years. Sorry, 2 years. We go with Resta. It's honestly not far off. He's 83 underfloor. He's at 86, so I don't think it'll be a huge loss to the parts development. It'll probably be an overall gain because he's got 80s and everything else. Salary 2.1 million. Okay, so he's significantly more expensive. Buyout fee is going to be a lot. Because he still has 3 years left. So we'll have to save up some money towards the end of the year to hire him. We should continue with research projects since we're past summer break. Underfloor research should be done in 1 week. Let's get a new project going right now, though. We'll do a... Before I do another rear wing project, I'm going to want to wait for the next ATR period. So I think I will do chassis. I think next year's car will focus on the low speed cornering and engine cooling. That seems to be one of our weakest points right now, is engine cooling. The brake cooling got significantly good in we used to be in the low 60s, now we're in the 80s for this year's car, so that was a very good improvement. But we need to shore up our engine cooling if we're going to keep using this Red Bull. We might actually switch back to Ferrari power unit next year, but even still that would benefit. The engines would wear down less if we had better cooling, so I think that is going to be our priority for chassis and suspension, or anything that has engine cooling. We'll try to maximize that out. Looks like we got some regen drivers. Those are some pretty bad stats though. They're still an F3, so they got some time to develop. Looking at Oliver Behrman, his cornering is nice. His braking definitely needs some improvement. Control kind of low as well. He may still get more points developing as an F2 driver here, so we'll see what his stats are towards the end of the year. But I think he's probably the youngest driver with the highest overall rating. He's 19 with a 72. Zane Maloney, 74 and he's 20. He's a Red Bull driver. We have Doohan with 77. We've been working on him. Auger is still a free agent. Pretty much where we left him off at 72 again. But I'm wondering if you dump an F2 driver and they become a free agent, do their skills still increase? Or do they have to actually be on a team, like, you know, as a reserve driver getting experience? There's our former driver, Ollie Caldwell, still a free agent as well.
It's another historic weekend of Formula One here at Zandvoort. The track has seen many unforgettable moments, like Gilles Villeneuve's three-wheeled lap at the 1979 Dutch Grand Prix, which cost him victory. What excitement lies ahead this year? There's never a dull moment at Circuit Zandvoort. It's fast, very fast, with long straights and wide curves. But it also features two heavy banked corners, where aerodynamic improvements are sure to help our drivers. With the season nearly concluded, time is running out for the teams. Can anyone make a last-minute breakthrough? Can the leading drivers hold on? Only time will tell. There's nothing like a race weekend in Formula One.
That's another race in the books. I'm gonna call it here for now. I'm gonna take a small break, and then I'm gonna be playing Phasmophobia with my friend Chef Negative. So I'll probably be hosting his channel later, and we'll probably be doing that for a few hours. I might be back with more F1 Manager later tonight. We'll see how tired I am. But I really want to thank everybody for watching and hanging out, and for the follows. And have a great one. See you later.